We're back. Zalden Prime. It has been quite a long time. I'm alright. I've been trying to take my writing much more seriously. I'm writing on Substack. I'm working on my novella. I'm working on a bunch of different things. None of them are ready to be published yet, but the point is they're in the works instead of just sitting and collecting dust. How has publishing been for Wattpad? Hello, Ghost River. I just saw your update on Stoat. I'm so sorry. I had no idea. It's okay. I mean, you had an excuse. It was a good stream. It was fine. How you doing? I plan on just picking up where I left off yesterday. It was a day. Oof. Ooh. I'm trying to make my scary face. Ugh. She brought bad luck. Bad luck. That sucks. I'm so sorry. Today, these past 2 days have just kind of been like repeats of each other. Not gonna lie, didn't really feel like streaming today, but that's not the point. Yeah, was it really bad? How, what was the magnitude? That's pretty scary. He's gone. It was fine. It was slow, a lot slower than I thought, but not bad. It wasn't a bad stream. I kind of liked how low-key it was. And I'm thinking, whatever attitude I had yesterday, that's just the attitude to have all the time, because sometimes I get too in my head before I click start stream, and I'm like, I don't have enough energy today. And it's like, you don't have to be high energy all the time. It was fine. I didn't cut out, ironically. It was pretty solid. I'm gonna pick up where I left off yesterday. I'm gonna be reading some stuff today. Not out loud, but reading is the name of the game. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the notes I had written down from a couple days ago, I had written them in a notebook and I was transferring them into my draft. And that took a lot longer than I thought it would. It took the majority of the stream. I streamed for 2 hours. And it took maybe like 70 minutes. And then I was reading, and then the reading was also a little slower than I thought. It takes me a while to read. I'm also discovering that I don't like reading on my computer monitor. It's not my favorite way to read. But it was the way I could pull up my phone and I could read it on my phone, but kind of beats the purpose. I can just pull it up on the screen in front of me. I just don't like reading on screens. That's what I tell myself every time I gotta go work out, even though I really don't want to. Hey, it pays off. I just need to apply that to the rest of my life. Sometimes, and it isn't always like this, but more often than not, it's like, I come from a place that's rather cold, so but people have swimming pools sometimes, and when you first step into the pool, it's like ice cold. It isn't really ice cold, it just feels ice cold, and it's like it just feels like when you're getting to a swimming pool for the first time. Like give it like a minute and you'll get used to it. And then it won't feel cold anymore. So it's kind of like it's a shock to the system when you start because you're just not feeling it, but that feeling will wear off quicker than you think. There are just some days you can't be bothered, you know? But we're not living in that reality right now. We're living in this reality, which is focus. Something I have in abundance. I have all the focus in the world. I have no problems with that whatsoever. It's good to see you, Ghost. I'm glad you were able to make it. If you don't want to hang out the whole time, that's okay. Just popping in, saying hi is good too. You're under no obligation. Though I know that you like my stream, so yay. I think I'm going to start the first one. I've been doing 20 minutes. Because I can plan out how long I'm going to stream by that easier. So if you feel like joining me in a productivity sprint for 20 minutes, go ahead. I may not look at the chat very much, but I'll try to like once in a while look at chat. I also have it on my phone in front of me. So there's no reason for me not to be able to see. Any updates from today? No, I don't think so. Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, it's okay. You can just do whatever you want for 20 minutes. Do whatever you like. Chill out as much as you can. Go talk to other people for 20 minutes. You don't gotta do nothing. I'm gonna do it though. I am jumping onto this screen and I was picking up reading chapter 4, so that's where I'm gonna start this one. Okay, first one ready to go right now. guys. Oh my god. Joshi. Thank you so much for coming. We're in the middle of a sprint. I'm reading. Hello. Welcome. So happy to see you.
Joshua is now following.
Thank you so much. You guys are so nice. Oh my god. I'm fine. We're doing good.
Is now following.
Thank you. Oh no, it's okay. It happens. It happens. What were you guys doing at your stream? Thank you. Welcome to the hovel. I'm SL.
Is now following.
Thank you so much. You guys have such cool names. I like your usernames. I'm SLVT. I'm a word witch. Ordinarily, we're here gathering various items to throw into the potion, into the cauldron, and mix it up and write our little stories together. We're all working on books and web series and things like that, and hopefully can start sharing our stuff soon. Tonight I'm reading primarily, or I'm doing spell work. Wink, wink. Very cool. Thank you. You guys are so cool. I know, we got a raid out of nowhere. Thank you. I don't get raids very often, so this is very fun. This is fun. Well, I'm so happy you're here. Feel free to enjoy the rest of the sprint with us. We are doing 20-minute sprints, so for some that's short. For me, that's kind of long because I'm ADD and I kind of just need to do short little things to build momentum, you know. But 20 minutes felt right, and 10-minute breaks. Very liberal tonight. So in about 13 and a half minutes, we'll get a break, and if you guys want to stick around, we can catch up on talk about what you guys are working on. Yeah, unfortunately, some of the GIFs that I have set up for my redeems got deleted, and I haven't been able to re-upload them yet. So sorry if you click on something and it doesn't work right. Yeah, that's on the other one. During the break, the counter will be back on. We are the scuff masters, we understand. Yeah, that's what happens sometimes when you have to update your software. They delete stuff to make room, and I guess a lot of my assets went with it. No problem. Yeah, my little cat over here, his eyes kind of messed up. But he's lightning. He's a good boy. And he loves the pets. Thank you for sharing. All right. I'll see you guys in about 12 minutes. break time. Now we can finally, properly get to know one another. It's been interesting seeing how the story has changed after all these years. You mean my novella or the evolutions of your story? Because I'll admit my story has changed, but it hasn't changed enough. And that's where we're at recently, is figuring out, okay, how do I say this, but I want my story to have more punch. It's not punchy enough. Gotta punch more. To all my raiders, new friends, welcome in. I'm SLVT, Word Witch. I write stories and I make potions. I'm not very good at either one, but I'm getting better with practice. And my streams are here to have you body double with me and practice with me. Your story is very good. It's very good. And I'm almost done with this chapter that I'm reading, and then guess what's next on the list to do? Oh, Sia VT, thank you for the tea leaves. Let's add the tea leaves to the items tally. I believe that's the bottom, right? No, that's not the bottom, it's the top. Ghost, CFVT messed up your even spread. But thank you for the tea leaves. We'll add it to the cauldron behind me, as you can see. Something that my particular word witchery I like to do is I like to collect random items. I like to forage and just throw random shit into the cauldron and see what we make. Because that's kind of like what writing is like. You kind of just throw stuff anywhere and see what you like. Brutally destroyed the story with your magic. Is that what's next? Pretty much. You're so caught up in this symmetry, man. Thank you so much for the acorn. I'm supposed to have a little acorn that does a little dance, like literally right in front of my face, but it doesn't want to do it. And I used to think I would have a way of automating this process, but no, I have to do it by hand. And you know what? It makes it more of a ritual that way. And I appreciate a good ritual, if you know what I mean. Start foraging, woman. You're helping me forage. Thank you very much. What do you think I've been doing all this time? You know, it's symmetric in a weird way right now. It's pretty symmetrical the way it is. So, my lore. If anyone cares. My lore is I'm not very good at witching, and I get distracted easy. I know, shocker. My little kitty, Lightning, is meant to help me stay focused. Because there's these things that like to sneak around in my hovel called little beasts. I call them little beasts, and they distract me from doing my witchy stuff. And it's Lightning's job to catch these little beasts, and sometimes Lightning catches them, sometimes he doesn't. And the little beasts leave me rocks. They bring rocks into my apartment and leave them all over the place. So if you see I am collecting rocks as well, that basically means when I go on a tangent too far, I give myself a rock. Rocks are good, though. You clearly care. Ghost cares more than anybody. puts y'all to shame. I'm just trying to be witty and funny. Self-deprecating. Because we all know that that's so fun and charming in a way. And has been so effective for so many years. So, I need to investigate just a little bit. Who are you? That's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Okay. Well, it's just Twitch. CFUT. Oh, you're a little rat. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, you're almost at 200. Let me help. 3 more followers. 3 more followers and you'll have 200. Siha. Siha. I was so close. I mispronounced your name. I'm so sorry. Anyways, you're back. Why am I not seeing you on Twitch? I'm here. I didn't go anywhere. Sia is new friend who is almost to 200 followers. Somebody else should follow. Y'all should follow. And my lovely raider, Joshimon, right? Am I saying that right? Zesty. Writing's the game. I make horrific fantasy nightmare lands, joke about some dark mature stuff, and consume horror content like a Joshimon, you are my... You go after my own heart here. I am saying Joshimon right. Perfect. Lovely. Of course. Also, don't worry too much about pronouncing it. I can't spell. Yeah, we gotta get you closer. And who else is here? I'm lurking. There was one word is incognito. Let me make sure I spell it right here. Incognitoasted. Right? Yeah. Nope. Didn't spell that right. You don't think Toast streams? Oh, okay. Well, I tried. Anyway, I tried. Happy you're all here. There's got to be an easier way to look you guys up, but I'm too technologically challenged. I haven't seen them stream. So, I am currently reading some of my own writing. Yeah, who cares? Follow anyways. What's the harm? There's no harm. No, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, you gotta lurk sometimes. You gotta do what you gotta do. I'm reading back some of my own writing. Actually, I'm rereading my submission. And if you follow me on Stoat, if you're in my thing on Stoat, I did share it. Joshimon! You're back just in time for the next sprint. Are you feeling a bit more refreshed, a little bit better? Yay, gay. I wasn't sure how to. I'd be like, hey, it is Pride Month. I was about to be like, oh. Are you? Congrats. Happy Pride. Happy Pride to everyone, by the way. I mean, yes, gay, but also yay. Both. Yay, gay. Gay, yay. In that order. I'm working on reading my submission, which is now it's on my stoat. It's on my stoat. And you're rereading. Just taking a little look. And trying not to edit myself at the same time, seeing all the cliches I wrote and all the things that don't make any sense and rethinking the whole thing. But at the same time, that's why I submitted it, because I'm going to workshop it. So, you gotta do what you gotta do. Be gay in every sense of the word. It's the month for it, after all. Heart hands. Heart hands. Do I have an animation for that? I don't know. I should. I can't do heart hands, but I can do this. Happy Pride Month. Think she doesn't have I don't. I have S tier garbage. But hopefully someday an edited at least B tier story. I'd love that. And I just want I want to have a better experience writing it. I don't want to be so stressed out about it. So I'm trying to just relax, not feel any one way about it. And I'm almost done reading it. And then I'm going to jump into Ghost Story. Not a ghost story, Ghost's Story. Which he shared with me like years ago. And now I'm finally getting around to reading it. Shh, don't tell him. Okay. Let me give myself a rock. Because that's what the little beasts do. They distract us. Alright, let's get back into 20 minutes of spells. And it can be 20 minutes of whatever you'll find interesting or to do. Yeah, Ghost Story, exactly. You're lucky I don't have a gun, or you'd be looking at the ending of a Doom. This means focus on writing for 20 minutes, or whatever you want. It's a 20-minute window to just do whatever little thing you've been putting off, or something you know you should do, and just do it for 20 minutes. And if you get it done, then you have whatever's left of the 20 minutes to do whatever you like. To just chill. I'll be in the chat, but I'm going to try to be quiet during this, because there has to be some regulations around here. All right. We're about to get started right now.
Look at the trickster is now following.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yup. That's what I'm doing. Well, I was. Hello, new friends. There are 2 Okos in the chat now. Oko, Thief of Crowns, and Oko the Trickster. Thank you for the follow, Oko the Trickster. Sprint over. Hopefully it went well for you guys. I finished reading chapter 4. Need some work. But I'm, again, trying to be open-minded about it, knowing that it's probably going to get picked apart and it's probably going to get completely rewritten. But that's okay. You gotta just go with the flow, you know. When's the last time you called your son? +1 loyalty. Guess who's an elk now? Oh, damn. I gotta find me a couple of young planeswalkers to fix me up real quick. All this Magic the Gathering, at least that's... I've never played it, so I'm picking up context clues. And Oko the Trickster, you casting spells. Look at you. Very nice. I almost wanted to start, like, glitching out every time you posted. I'd be like, oh. What are you doing to me? You know what I was doing? I was reading a little lesser known novella, Very Talented, called The Monster I Feed. That's the card game where Dwight... Yeah, I had just finished that same bit, and I moved on to another fantastic writer's prose, which I'm a good way through. I'm gonna be honest on Maine for a second here. Ghost, I have read this before. I just never made it past.
Oko_thief of Crowns is now following.
Thank you so much. I got 2 Okos. I got 2. You guys are so much fun. I had read it when you first gave it to me. I had read up to, I think, I only got a couple chapters in. I remember it was like, I left off at such a stupid point. I left off right before he went into, like, the Citadel, if I'm using the correct term. Because there's been a couple instances now where I'm like, is this a Citadel? I'm, like, trying to, like, wrap my brain around it. And so I remembered that stuff, but then I was like, I gotta push forward. So I've made it past that now, and I'm in unknown territory. And I like that you brought the witch doctor back. That's all I'm gonna say. Because I'm saving my comments for later. And I have to put my thoughts, I have to encapsulate my thoughts into one nice little comment, you know. Less is more in this case. Not in your case, not in the case of your book, Delve, which is frightening and eloquent and beautiful, and horrifying, which I love. I mean, my feedback needs to be short. Less is more. Short, concise. Not leaving too much out, but, you know, not gonna hem and haw over something you're still working on, you know? It's 100% canon. Circuit Clown, welcome in. What are you guys doing casting spells unsupervised? What do you mean? Lightning's here. He's supervising. Likes to play tricks with that. Though Jace usually is the one to make clones of himself. Did I order it? Okay. Yeah, we are supervised. What are you talking about? This is always supervised. Something, something, Chekhov's gone and whatnot. Yeah, for real. Did I sign a permission slip for that? Your feedback needs to be frightening and beautiful and eloquent. Your feedback. Damn, autocorrect. My feet are back. I hate autocorrect too. Something that could happen on realty. Reality. Realty? Why did I say realty? Reality. Ghost doesn't have feet. You just float. Yes. Thank you. And I realize that when I'm sharing my stuff with like no context either. You're getting it kind of out of context, but you know, it's for the better. It's better that way. I promise you. Also, I don't know why anybody is claiming this, but I can drink liquid and no. I have liquid death with me. My favorite. And I don't glitch out as bad. Oh no, you're good. You're good. Joshimon, I'm just glad you logged in. Congrats on that. It's hard to focus sometimes for me. Oko Thief of Crowns and Oko the Trickster. I'm like, I picture you guys in my mind like twins. Like two sides of the same coin. I don't know why. I'm just like, Oko. Oko and Oko. I do have a sort of, I would say, I don't know that my voice is particularly soothing, but I'm glad it's helping you. It's okay. I don't mind being your background noise. Hope the video editing's going well. It is true, I do not have feet. Guess I can't have feedback then. Feet back. Feet are back. I can only focus on it. The two sides of the same coin, but it's more accurate than what you'd think. See? Sometimes I just know things, you know? I just, like, I have a sixth sense. I can pick up context. Sometimes. Going superbly. Almost done with this 2-week project, thank God. Yay! In celebration, I'm going to give... I think I can. Hold on. No, I'm in streamer mode. I can't. But I can right here. Yes, I can. Right here. I'll offer some tea leaves. And you'd be thinking, like, how come you can do it yourself? Because sometimes we need to celebrate something, you know? Gotta be right back. Trying to cause absolute chaos without me. No promises. Ending unlocked. Caught in arcane whimsy. That's how I live. That's how I live my life. It's arcane whimsy. At least I'm learning to. Trying to. Yay for a 2-week project almost being done. Woo! Thank you for all the follows. Oh my God. I'm catching up to you, Sia. Catching up to Sia. Yes, I am both Okos. I had a feeling, but I wasn't gonna assume. What a twist. All right, guys. How many more did I have on the docket? We're only halfway there? Or are we three-way? That's not what I meant to say. You know what I mean. Oh yeah, only 2. Yeah, might as well. Might as well get back into it. Might as well keep going with a good thing. You know? Keep a good thing going. It's a good bit. So you just have 2 accounts and you just ping pong between the 2? Have conversations with yourself? Big Gemini energy, but I love it. I love the sharpness of it. I would never have guessed. All right. I'm delving back into delve. Behave yourselves. I'll be right back. All right. How'd it go for you guys? I'm working on, I'm rustling up a feedback. But I must admit, I needed to go back and reread a part just to make sure I remembered the details right. So I'm not quite there yet, but hopefully this last sprint, I'll get there. And then maybe I'll be able to do a little bit more reading. Perfect. We got 10 minutes. I myself only have liquids in front of me. But, you know what? It's good. Oh, I forgot. Alright, don't leave me hanging. I don't intend to. I'm within 10 pages of the end, so... It'll be soon. It'll be soon. If it's not tonight, it'll probably be... Probably tomorrow. I'll be excited. This is what happens when you come back and forth between projects and you don't always get a cohesive idea or picture of the whole thing. You gotta like reacquaint yourself with the story if it's been a little while. Just in time. Let me make sure I do this rather quick. Hold on. What the heck is going on here? Yes. There we go. Refocus. I don't have that? I thought I had that. I guess I don't. Well, y'all should hydrate. Regardless. Not watching a YouTube video I've seen. There's hydrate. I was wondering where that was. I can't find it. I was doing actual writing and not watching a YouTube video I've seen already. That's good. That's fun. What you writing? What you working on? None of that fake writing in here. It's just focusing so hard. Yeah. I'm surprised it's about bicycles. Oh, would this happen to be the thing you posted earlier? I said that as a joke when I remembered Jesus. I love that you censored that word. Banish me now. I would never banish you. You self-censored. It's all good. That real ad about ladies' bicycles. Wow. Yeah. I was kind of speechless for a second. And I was like, I want to leave a comment so bad. And I was thinking, I don't actually know what to say. So I just... a reaction, you know. It's really... I'm just sort of like, oh my god. The hell? Are you reading the whole ad or like an article about it? I'm assuming that this is what this is about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to YouTube, find Doc Mars Tales to Amaze, and look at his social posts. And you'll see one from a couple hours ago about ladies' bicycles. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Perfect. Thank you for sharing. It's really funny. We have enough time? Yeah. This one right here. Real ad, by the way. And my reaction, just, whoa. The fundamental difference in my understanding between a woman's bicycle and a man's bicycle is the shape of the seat. Everything else is functionally the same, I would think. And, you know, of course, marketing. Marketing is also different. This is so bizarre. See, what I was reading was apparently meant for, like, spirited ladies. It doesn't... Because only a spirited lady would ride a bike. It doesn't have a pole in the middle. That's a big one so they can ride it with the dresses. Yeah. I was like... my face is... My VTuber face is not portraying my actual expressions. Like... Let's see if I can make a face. That's pretty close. That was pretty close to the reality of being like... Or like... My happy face and my angry face are the only ones that seem to work. I do have a scared face, but it doesn't work very well. Oh, sorry about that. They have a distinction in an L, even though all ladies aren't wearing dresses all the time. To be fair, many women did just ride with men's bikes, and it wasn't that big. It isn't. It really isn't. It's more like the shape of the seat changed, and then it was like, this one's for us. Us ladies. You can't have this one. And then we're like, sure. We can have whatever we want. And then some men would sit on the lady seat and go, oh no, I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. Sorry, I started stream a little late today. So now my alarm's telling me, wrap it up. We got one more. We're doing one more, and then we're done. I told myself after 8 p.m. I would do one more sprint. And that's what we have. That's what we have on the docket. So that worked out. History of bicycles. That sounds like it would be filled with lots of interest. Well, like case in point. But like more goofy instances or weird facts. Oh my god, the backlash to women riding bikes is wild. The backlash to women doing anything. Bicycles, tip of the iceberg. Any reason in particular, Sean, or just for fun? It was like a huge moral crusade for women on bicycles. Right? And I can tell you, I don't even have to know the history, and I already know one thing that they had a problem with. Pretends to be shocked. Which takes place early 1900s about doing, and it's about an orc who buys a bicycle. Look at you. This is for writing research purposes, guys. But seriously, the reason moral problem. The moral problem was they were sitting astride something. That was the moral panic. Because ladies couldn't even ride horses unless both their legs were on one side. This is just what I think. I have no way to back this up, but I would imagine that's the moral panic. Also, having a woman having her own form of transportation to go anywhere on her own ability. Not being driven or taken. I'm still paralyzed by writing fear. Why? Well, I could tell you to just be brave and not be afraid anymore. Or I could tell you, writing isn't scary. And if you think it's scary, I'm just going to say, no, it isn't. Maybe the thing you're writing is scary. Maybe the certain thing you're trying to work on scares you. My novella scares me. It's not always fun to write. But sometimes you just gotta go, no, this isn't scary. Mind over matter, guys. They had electric scooters. How functional were they? They thought women would lose their virginity if they rode a bicycle. No. Men and their concepts of virginity, I swear. Anyway, final one of the night. Final sprint of the night. And if you are not going to, if you're not gonna, I can't think of the word, join us for this last one, you're thinking, whatever. Sticking around is fun and nice, but I'd also like some suggestions for a raid. If anybody has an idea of who to raid, I mean, I can look at some of my follows, but if you guys have a good idea of who we should raid after this, because we have enough people to constitute a raid, I would say. I'd like your suggestions if you want to think of a few. We're going to get to the final sprint of the evening. Make it count. Learn more about bicycles. And I'm going to work on my feedback. I think I'm on the second to last chapter you sent me. And I probably won't finish it tonight, but I could finish it this week for sure. Super Diesel Punk. Nice. Autoped. That's cool. That's cool. Alright, guys. We gotta get into it. Final one of the evening. I'm gonna do a 5-minute break instead of a 10 because we're gonna just be heading on out of here. Avoid confronting difficulty again. You have to cast that, really? That, for me, that's very subliminal. That's just like, that just happens. Out of my control. I don't have to put conscious effort into that. Me on the reg. Alright, here we go. And that's it, guys. That's it. We did it. And you know what? Save. Always save your work. Like the GIF in the corner. Save your work. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. It is not going off. Because I did not design well, I didn't design the other one either. I don't design things like that. Save, 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 save your work. Save your work. Don't lose it. Guys, it's been a great stream. I've enjoyed it immensely. What even happened with the poll? Did anyone partake in the poll? More writing and reading. Sounds good, guys. Let's find someone who we can read and write with. Oof. It's an ampersand. Terrible Novelist, thanks for coming in. It's good to see you. Thanks for sharing all your fun bicycle facts. Sorry if I wasn't like looking super in depth, but thanks for sharing nonetheless. I'll put the VOD up so that I could go back and watch it and click on the links and stuff. All right, guys, we have a few to pick from. I don't know if I follow any of these people. Oh, who's this? Person who fell asleep in her grimoire. Not sure. Stab is nice. Stab comedy. Heckin' fun game night inside the box. Was pleasure to catch one of your streams. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Let's Century Old Queer Classic. Oh, Element Deads. Let's give Element Deads a raid. It's been a while. I think they do a lot of like Game of Tomes and like NaNoWriMo things. That's where I remember seeing them a lot. Screenplay guy, we gotta give him... You know what? You're right. You're right. Writing is rewriting. That is true. That is very true. All right, guys, we're going to be rating 54__. Who's working on a screenplay? I have a little emote down there that says raid, and she's running. But either way, I don't really have a raid call. But thank you so much for coming. Thank you for the raid, Joe Shimon. I appreciate it so much. I haven't had these many 7 viewers in like a long time, so I really, really, really appreciate it. I'm going to close out for the night, and I am gonna have to look at my schedule again for next week, but I do plan on streaming twice next week as well, and then I gotta do a whole new 3 weeks to figure out what my schedule's gonna be. So no promises, but we got intent, and sometimes intent is all we can do. And thank you so much for spending time with me. See you next time, guys. Bye.